My name is Marcelo Vignali, and I've created a series called Into the Design Lab, where we go into my laboratory and we take a look at artists and their artworks and glean from them some of the lessons learned. Now, what I'm doing is I'm dissecting the artwork. I'm analyzing and reverse engineering some of the thinking and some of the choices that went into making some of that artwork. This particular case, I'm showing an excerpt from a series that I put together from the famed illustrator, Frank Frazetta. Please join me. I thought I would go ahead and show one of Frank Frazetta's ink work. Now, part of some of the thinking, I would imagine, would go to like, well, he's able to do some of these things because he's thinking in terms of painting. These are the things that he does in painting, but he doesn't do that in his drawing. Well, it's true. There's some drawings that he's doing, which is just the design. There's a difference. There's an illustration and a design. Sometimes it's a design. You see a lot of people on Instagram doing a lot of designs, not a whole lot of people doing stories. Not a whole lot of people giving somebody a visual narration of a particular moment. It's mostly design is what you're looking at. So you don't really have to put all these things, all these story elements. But Frank does. Take a look at this. So here we have this wonderful image of a hobbit confronting a wolf. And not only is it beautifully done, not only is it absolutely just gorgeous to look at and pleasing, and the designs are fantastic, but he's going to take it one step further. Why? Because he's Frank Frazetta, because this is what he does. So let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. We've got our character, and our character is actually pushing forward. He's not pulling away. He is pushing forward in confrontation, and he's telling us in silhouette, he's telling us why our character is formidable. And he has this sharp knife that he's pushing out towards the wolf. But you see, the wolf isn't pulling away either. That wolf is also pulling forward. He's not slinking away. And we look at the wolf's face, and the wolf is pushing forward. He's got his eyes directly on him. And we see this big wry smile, and then we also see the teeth. Look at that. We even see that tooth right there. I'm going to go ahead and change colors here so we can see it. Look at that. He's telling you that this is a formidable creature. He's even got all of this pointy language telling you that he's formidable. He is not afraid of that knife. But again, this is Frank Frazetta. He's going to continue to involve us. And you remember I told you that the foreground serves a particular purpose, and the foreground tells the audience where they are in space. Well, this is where we are. We're here. We're over in this area. And so what he does, most other people, you see some of their designs. This is what you're looking at. They'll do something along the lines of this. This is the kind of image that you're going to get from them. And they don't understand how to involve you, how to draw you in, how to make you feel as though you're part of the situation, how to create a sense of excitement and danger for ourselves. And Frank does that with this foreground element that he introduces. I'm going to go ahead and show you here, like this is going this way, and it's zigzagging, going this way like that. And then the perspective draws us in. Now, why do I feel as though this isn't an action? That there isn't action happening here. This is sort of a stalemate as both characters face off. Why do I feel that? Why do I feel that whatever is happening here is a moment of calm? It isn't that the wolf is leaping or that he's getting ready to thrust and kill the wolf. And I'll tell you, it's this foreground element. Look at that. He's got all the perspective rolling over, and he's got things like this. And what he's done by creating this zigzag and this little kind of zigzag that's kind of coming us up and over, and it's doing this sort of thing. What he's done is he has slowed our eye down. He has slowed our eye down. We enter the image, and our eye has to travel. Our eye has to travel across. Our eye is kind of like a little car that's driving across this design, and we drive across here like this. And in order to get here, look at the sort of winding road that we have to take. This one up and over, going across this way, and perhaps we're going back over here. So look at this. I mean, we have to weave our way through in order to enter into this picture frame. And because we have to weave our way through in order to enter the picture frame, Frank Frazetta has slowed our eye down. He has slowed the pacing down, and now he is in control of how you see this image. He has created a moment to allow you to sort of, just involve you and to feel the tension, to feel the stalemate that's happening without the excitement. Now, he could have done something. I'm going to go ahead and show you how it would change. I'm going to go ahead and add. Let's say this is a sort of the typical layout that you would expect from another artist, and he had all of these elements. And we can figure out what that might be, but let's say these elements that he has, maybe they're planks, maybe there was like a settlement or a home or something, and then he was adding these planks that are telling us a bit something about this area. And then now we enter very fast, don't we? Now when we enter here, we're like a little car that's going to enter, and we actually go in very fast. And as a result of that, we feel is that there's much more tension, much more excitement. We feel as though there's much more drama, that things are moving much faster. But you see, Frank purposely added this in front, and that's how we slowed our eye down. And he's showing us that what we're looking at, is a stalemate. But again, it's a stalemate, but it is dynamic. And we get the sense because this log has perspective that is going back in this direction. And as a result of that, we get the sense of this dynamic composition. These, again, also the perspective for these elements support the idea of a dynamic composition. The wolf, the perspective on the wolf is dynamic. Now, we don't see that so much in the head, so we can get that beautiful silhouette, but this knife, and you look at Frodo's hand, and we get the sense of there being a 3/4 and a dynamic perspective. We said dynamic perspective on the foot. So it's full of dynamic language. It is absolutely chock full of dynamic language. But Frank Frazetta is slowing our eye down as we enter and allowing us to feel this stalemate. So feel free to join me on Gumroad for an eye-opening and professional experience.